Donald Trump, like I said, last night, he was in Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge, is it Iowa? And he seems to be on the verge of a breakdown. Maybe verge is actually too far behind the curve. And he covered everything in a 90-minute speech where the people behind him, they line up people behind him, got so exhausted they all had to sit down. Hour and a half speech. This is like we're like moving into, not quite, but Fidel Castro territory. And instead of saying things like, the fruits of revolution are everywhere, and that, culture and universities and services have all been held by one group, and we're going to liberate these things, and we're going to create an agrarian revolution, and we're going to reform. No, he's going off saying all sorts of just bad crap, crazy stuff about Ben Carson and about wars.
May I just say, nailed it on the Castro impression.
Oh, well, thank you. And so here is Trump saying that he doesn't really have a problem with war. He just thinks that we're too namby-pamby about it. Here is, this is clip number 2.
Then it turned out there were no weapons of mass destruction. And you know why we thought there were? Because, first of all, we had faulty intelligence because we didn't do that right either. But we thought they were because Saddam Hussein used to say that in order to scare Iran. Makes sense, right? My theory. This is the Trump theory on war. But I'm good at war. I've had a lot of wars of my own. I'm really good at war. I love war in a certain way, but only when we win. We never win. By the way, when was the last time we won a war? We don't win anymore. Our wars are always politically correct. We don't want to win. We don't want to this.
We don't want to win. We don't want to this. We don't want to that. We don't want to this. We don't want that. Oh, he's been in so many wars. I mean, I don't know if you remember the time where he had to go up against Omarosa on The Apprentice episode, or that time where he thought that Macy's wasn't going to carry his perfume anymore, or whatever it was.
The Gulf War, divorcing his second wife.
That's right.
Same thing, same ball game.
So that's Donald Trump on wars. Now, Donald Trump, as you know, in the course has had a secret plan to defeat ISIS. Not just will be more fantastic, he's got a secret plan. But in this epic rant from Iowa, where he very well may be on the verge or somewhere past the verge of an emotional breakdown, he finally gives up the secret plan to take out ISIS. And ladies and gentlemen, understand he's in Iowa, where I think people are a little more sensitive to things like language and whatnot, right? I mean, you're sort of from that general vicinity, Matt.
Yeah, I actually, not to go on too far, but I went to a Broadway show with my aunt and uncle this weekend. It was Jersey Boys, and they were a bit upset about the language in it.
Jersey Boys. So here is Donald Trump talking about what he would do to ISIS.
He asked me a question about ISIS, and I say to the announcer, I don't really want to answer it. And the next day, these idiots over here say, Trump doesn't know the answer. The reason I don't want to answer, because I don't want to tell the enemy. If I win, I don't want to have to. Does that make sense? I don't want to tell them. So, 2 weeks go by, and I get the question again. How would you fight ISIS, Mr. Trump, if you're president? I said, do I have to answer it? Do I have to? They said, Mr. Trump, we really think it's appropriate.
Pause it.
And I did.
Is it me, or is there something weird about like when he does his own voice in it? Like when he's doing it, like I understand. Like look, I do an audio program. I understand the idea. Like I'm going to do a voice of this is the reporter. Hello. But when I do my voice, I do it like this.
Social Security.
They asked me.
Yeah, I like that. That should be a new Sam impersonates himself. I like that.
At the beginning, he sounds like Ben Carson. It's like warping into his mind.
you.
Yeah.
He's like,
How dare you?
Too, because I was getting killed in the press is saying I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me. I said, all right, so here's what I do. I hated to do it. Oh, I hated to do it. Because I think I'm going to win. And I don't want these guys. No, I don't want these guys. Because my life has been about victories, in all fairness, okay? It's been about victories. I've had a lot of victories. I'm not like a person that enjoys. You have a lot of people that like to lose, They like to lose. They feel comfortable losing. That's not me. I don't feel too good when I lose. But I said, I don't want to really tell you. But then I realized I had to. Because I was getting killed by these people. They said, Trump doesn't have a plan for ISIS. I said, no, I have a plan, but I don't want to tell ISIS what it is. Because I might win. I had to. I said to my wife, I said, I got to tell him about this plan. I'm going to have no choice. Because otherwise I'm not going to win. People are thinking like I don't have a plan. I hate doing it. So I'm on one of the shows, and I said, look, ISIS is making a tremendous amount of money because they have certain oil camps, right? They have certain areas of oil that they took away. They have some in Syria, some in Iraq. I would bomb the shit out of them. I would just bomb those suckers. And that's right. I'd blow up the pipes. I'd blow up the I'd blow up every single inch. There would be nothing left. And you know what? You'll get Exxon to come in there in 2 months. You ever see these guys, how good they are, the great oil companies?
Here's a question I would ask Donald Trump. Okay, so now ISIS knows you're going to bomb the oil fields. You didn't want to tell them because what they were going to do? What they were going to put? Well, I don't want to tell them we're going to bomb the oil fields because they could build a huge dome over it, and the bombs will bounce off it. I mean, there's a reason why we're not bombing the oil fields, and it's because Exxon's saying, don't bomb the oil fields, because eventually we'll get them back, but we don't spend, we don't mind about the carnage and the killing that's going on. We just don't, we want to make sure that we have access to the refineries. I mean, let's be honest, the refineries are very expensive.
Oh no, the secret plan is to bomb us. What do we do? It's totally novel. Nothing that's happening now. No one's anticipated this. Thankfully, Joe Scarborough forced it out of him, or we would have no time to prepare for his secret stratagem.
And here is the other thing that we're revealing. Not only are we revealing what Trump's plan is to bomb ISIS, we're also revealing that ISIS is full of people apparently from India. In Pakistan.
Oh yeah, you do that. You do that. It just that's the impression of the South Asia through.
What I want to know is, I want to know when I hear something like this, I really want to know, and we've only heard 2 clips now of Trump's insanity on this epic speech. I'm curious just to check in with right-wing Mandela to get a sense of how Trump is doing, because he's also, right-wing Mandela, obviously a very famous orator. I don't know. Remember.
I have been saying, bomb the oil fields, por Donald Trump steals his ideas from me, okay? And he's not good at what he does, okay? He has a trust fund. I have this. You have Ben Carson. They say you can pray the gay away, but okay. Not sure about that when you watch him talk, okay? I'm just saying, but I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. What we will do is we will bomb, we will drop a nuke on Yemen where ISIS isn't even there. And we will say, oh my God, this guy is not kidding around. And then the oil companies will come in and there will be beautiful water parks for the children next to the pipelines. So I'm not saying this anything because I'm a nice guy. I don't need to be doing this. I dealt with Winnie for over 20 years. If I can deal with her, I think I can deal with the liberal press.
I got it.